It's early in the morning, but I'm feeling really good and I'm excited to film a video for you today. Yes. Well, hello everybody. What is going on in your world? We are here, yes, and I'm excited to be here. Last week, I talked about resisting our shit. If you missed that video, I'll go ahead and link it down below because today's video is a piggyback to that one. Yes, I felt like it was only fitting this week to talk about acknowledging our shit, right? At the end of last week's video, I mentioned the 3 things required to actually embrace your own opportunities for growth. Those being 1, self-awareness, recognizing which opportunity for growth is in front of you right now. 2, responsibility, which means taking full ownership over whatever that is. And then 3, commitment, the willingness to face it head on, learn from it, and evolve from it. If you have those 3 things, amazing, great. But today, I want to emphasize a point I made last week that is critical in the acknowledgement of our shit. I mentioned that our brains like to label our shit as bad, B-A-D. I'm having these negative thoughts. They're bad. They feel bad. I did this bad thing. I hate that I showed up like that. That was bad behavior. This thing in my life is bad. This result I created is bad. It's all bad. I want to reiterate the importance of dropping away from labeling our areas of growth as bad. Because when we label our areas for growth as bad, what was simply just some shit we've got to clean up now turns into a shit show. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's when one negative thought leads to another negative thought and then another, and it's like this negative tornado that we cannot escape. Shame, guilt, regret, self-judgment, worry, doubt, more judgment about the judgment, like a full-on shitstorm. And then it makes the process of growing and leveling up that much harder because now we're like in the weeds of it. You know what I mean? So here's what I want to offer you, okay? You're aware of your shit. You're ready to take responsibility for your own growth and you are committed. Great. I want you to remember this, and I've said this before, but important points are worth repeating. We cannot beat ourselves into change, you guys. We cannot beat ourselves into change. Instead, we must approach our opportunities for growth with compassion. Compassion, compassion, compassion. You mustn't approach your shit with more shit. aka the shit storm that is self-judgment, shame, guilt, regret, doubt, etc. That's why coaching is so powerful because it creates this judgment-free, neutral space to do just that. But if you are working with a coach or plan to, you've got to make the commitment in your own mind to treat yourself with kindness and compassion through the process. And here's why. When we label our negative thoughts, feelings, actions, and results as bad, we then try to erase our shit altogether. I see this with my clients all of the time. They just want to get rid of their negative thoughts. They're like, I don't like thinking this. It's bad. I just want to think a new thought. I don't want to feel like this. It's bad. I want to get rid of this feeling. I don't want this result in my life. It's bad. I just want to change it. And so we try to override the thought, the feeling, the action, the result with something else to feel better. We try to avoid feeling the discomfort of our shit. And while we can do that, and it is a part of evolving, to think new thoughts, to feel new feelings, to show up in new ways, to create new results, it's only like 90% effective because there's still that 10% stank lingering. This 10% lingering is when people will say to me, it just keeps coming up. I've done so much work around it, but it just won't go away fully. And the reason that is because in our attempt to override or erase bad things, we actually suppress it. So on one hand, we have the people who are resisting their shit altogether and it gets suppressed. And then we have some people who are like, okay, I'll deal with it, but I'll just override it. And they're still suppressing it as well. Maybe not to the same extent, but there's still some suppressing there. Make sense? Here's the breakdown. 1, self-awareness, responsibility, and a commitment to face your own opportunities for growth. 2, drop the label bad from the equation. Our shit is simply an opportunity for growth. Opportunities for growth are just that, opportunities for growth. That's it, a part of the human experience. 3, acknowledge all of the shit. Don't just try to override it. Stick your nose in it and smell it. It's a little graphic, but that's okay. Acknowledgement looks like this. Yes, I am having these thoughts. These are my current thoughts. Yes, this does not feel good. This is uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. Yes, I did do that thing. I did show up in that way. I did act in that manner. Yes, this is the result I created. This was the result of my actions. Simply acknowledge the thought, the feeling, the action, the result without labeling it bad. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but by not labeling it bad, you can then feel through the discomfort fully versus trying to suppress or escape it. Does that make sense? Acknowledgement is the opposite of resistance. Acknowledgement means leaning in. It means acceptance with compassion. As scary and even painful as it is to lean in, it's truly, you guys, what sets us free. It is the bridge between breakdown and breakthrough. I'll give you a quick example. Last year, 2020, personally, I was not proud of how I showed up at the start of the BLM movement. I was ignorant. I did the natural thing, which was consider my own feelings instead of doing the spiritual thing and casting those aside for the time being. And so my shit was in front of me, right? And after much resistance, I leaned in. I worked with coaches and leaders. I wanted to evolve in a way to better serve others and, better yet, people of color. But I could not seem to shake that lingering 10% of baggage, I guess you could say. So one day I was meditating on it, asking for guidance, spirit guides, and all I kept hearing was the word acknowledge. Acknowledge the thoughts you were thinking at that time. Acknowledge the feelings you felt. Acknowledge your actions and the result of those actions. I had been so busy trying to evolve past it and just right my wrongs that I hadn't stopped to really acknowledge where I went wrong and why. And the reason I was just trying to override it is because I didn't want to revisit it. Right? Because I was labeling it as bad. That was bad. I'm bad. It's all bad. So I had to drop the label bad. It wasn't until then that I was able to stick my nose in my shit, acknowledge it with compassion, and uncover my true area of growth within the bigger picture. From there, long story short, I was led to a book called Loving People that not only A, seriously summed up my childhood in like one sitting, but B, I finally understood why I had showed up the way that I did in the beginning. And it was a very enlightening moment, you guys. In a split second, I forgave myself. I stopped beating myself up for being human. And I was like, okay, that experience, as shitty as it was there to teach me this. This is my area for growth. That 10% just melted away. So my point is, long-awaited point, the simple act or tool of really acknowledging your shit with compassion and curiosity, not trying to resist it or override it, is where all your power is. It's not bad. You're not bad. It's just a part of the human experience and why we are all here. Remember, life is 50-50. 50% contrast, 50% clarity. It's through the contrast that we seek clarity. We don't have to be scared of the contrast. We can simply see our shitty thoughts, feelings, actions, and results for exactly what they are: opportunities for growth. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Just a quick reminder, open enrollment to work with me one-on-one is happening right now this month. This is my last private coaching go around for the year 2021. I'm excited to meet my next group of clients. It's always weird, like not knowing who you are. It's like, is it you? Is it you? Is it you? But I'm excited. I'll go ahead and put the coaching link underneath this video. You'll find more information in the application to apply, and I will see you next week. Bye.